Hi there, I'm Maximilian Dumont, and this is part 2 in my lawsuit against the SAPD, the pre-trial. If you haven't seen the evidence in part 1, you can find that somewhere up there in the corner, I think. After the incident, I reached out to my family attorneys, and although they wrote a letter of support in my case, which is attached to the video evidence, they couldn't represent me in the trial for, family reasons. Luckily, one day when I was changing outfits, Destiny decided to lend a helping hand, and when Lady Destiny comes a-knocking, I ain't one to turn her away. Hey, buddy.
How's it going, sir?
Not too bad. Not too bad. What do you think?
Honestly, I think you look quite well.
Oh, thank you. I can't decide
Actually, why did you take the helmet off? I actually like that helmet. It goes quite well with the rest of your attire. There, yeah.
I
Plus,
kinda
look,
always
you got
wear this
easy
helmet.
access to your smokes.
Smokes,
Look at that.
bullets, lighter
Yeah,
fluid,
they're right there on your helmet.
all good.
This man, a man that's prepared, is a man that I like to see. How you doing? My name's Gunnar McAllister. And what's your name?
Gunnar? That's a cool name. Your real name's Gunnar?
Yes, sir, Gunnar McAllister.
That's awesome.
I just got transferred out here. I'm actually a lawyer, so
Are you
if you ever
kidding me?
need any help with anything with the law, or you feel like you're mistreated by other people, I could help you out.
Are you any good?
Well, considering that the DOJ just got started and we're starting to push cases through, I mean, haven't really proven my might, but I was good enough to get transferred out here, so I feel like I'm pretty darn good.
What's your name again? Gunnar? Gunnar McAllister?
Gunnar McAllister. McAllister, yes, sir.
I'm usually
Yes,
terrible
sir.
with names. I'm surprised I got that. Have you got a card?
I do not have one yet. I'm trying to get them printed right now. I don't, you know how it is with business cards. You
Yeah.
don't know what exactly you want to put on them. You want to make them flashy, but not too flashy, because you're a businessman. But you want to get the eye out there, you know. I do have a phone now that's in service, so I could take your number down if you
Yeah.
ever feel inclined that you need my services.
Well, I gotta keep my mouth shut. If you know what it is. You're a lawyer, but I gotta keep my mouth shut. However, I may
Yeah,
have
I know how it is. I will tell you, you could give me anything as long as it's over $1 value, and I
Oh,
have
shit,
to,
yeah.
by law, retain everything but that is said between us.
That's a good point. Hold
but
on.
it has to be greater than $1 value.
That's fine. I
So
can do that.
that's all I gotta say.
Here's $20.
Okay, well, I appreciate it, sir. Now, literally anything that is said between us is kept between us. I will let you know that if you do tell me about anything illegal, I cannot advise you on how to perform these actions and how to, get away with it. But I can advise you on your next steps, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course. I mean, all right. So here's the thing, okay? I've been in the city for maybe 2 months. I ain't got a speeding ticket. I ain't got a fine. I ain't got nothing, right?
Yes, sir.
I just look after myself and I take it easy, right? Now, just the other night, I don't know if you heard, but the city turned into World War III. Don't know if you're aware of
Yeah, I
that.
actually got in while that was happening, and I felt the brims of it quite personally, actually.
Yeah.
Got taken hostage by one of the gangs.
Oh
So.
shit! I was hanging around. I got all my buddies at the motorcycle club, right? So I bought my new car. I was just driving it around at the old airport. It's an Aston Martin Vantage. It's fucking beautiful. Love it.
Oh, I love those cars. They're fucking
yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try and be a racer or something. I love the adrenaline. I'm like 65 years old. It's on my bucket list.
Honestly, a 65-year-old man with a spider on his face, driving a car as fast as he can, does not sound weird to me.
They call me Spider-Max.
I like it. Hey, you try climbing up walls?
I have done, yes. I've fallen off a lot of walls. It's mainly because I
you
always
should
got
get those things.
What?
You should get those things those ninjas have, on the palm of their hands to help you
shit.
climb faster.
Yeah, I might look into that. Or I could find a radioactive spider. So basically, I was just racing around, you know, in the airport, practicing out, seeing how it goes, and I got a message saying, "Come on up to the MC. You know, we're all here." I was driving up. He just shot me in the back, no warning, no sirens, nothing, and then arrested me for attempted murder. For fuck's sake.
That's actually kind of messed up. Did you ask for a lawyer? Because they're
Yeah, I
supposed
did.
to at least try to contact a lawyer.
Yeah, well,
Did he at least try to contact one?
yeah, unfortunately, like, I got a family lawyer out of town, you know? I told him about him. There was no, like, city lawyers in the town. So I was like, I got my family lawyer, but he's not in the city. And he's like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to prosecute you then. I don't want attempted murder on my record. Like, if anyone looks at that, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's gonna hurt you trying to get jobs or try to get anything official. Especially mortgages. It really hurt in these nice
Yeah.
areas that are for sale right now. Which I'm sure you know you're a man that makes a nice living doing legal things. So I'm sure you're able to afford those kind of houses, and you'd want one day. So.
Well, maybe. Hopefully, eventually.
It sounds like
I'm
to
kind
me.
of broke.
It sounds like, to me, sir, that you definitely got screwed over by the use of lethal force, first and foremost. It's obvious you did not have a automatic weapon on you, since you said you had a legal pistol. So there's no way in hell that you were responsible for any of the fire. One thing I'm thinking about, sir, is I see you are associated with the Lost MC. And I'm guessing that they just kind of played the game of assumptions, you know, and said,
Actually,
this is happening.
no, actually, because, like I say, I can show you, look. All right, look. So, like I said, I want to try and be, I'm trying to, like, practice driving. I want to be a race car driver. So I was actually dressed like this. Shit. Oh. Boom.
Yeah, it's a little. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. There's no way in hell you can tell that this is a member of the Lost MC. So, I guess that theory is out of the window. I personally feel like you could at least get 50K for emotional damages, and then maybe we could also do another 100K for the hospital bill and the actual physical limitations you now suffer because of that limp.
Yeah.
So we can try to strive for 150K, but I'm gonna try my best to get you the maximum.
I'll be honest, man.
Because it seems pretty traumatic.
I got two things, right? I really don't, honestly, man, I've been a rambler for most of my life. I really don't give much of a shit about money. I only had money since I came into this city. I've pretty much been broke for most of my life, right? So I don't really care much. I mean, if I got money, why not? I spend it on things, but it's not what makes the world go round. My thing is, right, my fucking record's fucked. You know, I want that expunged.
Well, that's definitely something we can put down for your demands. As for the money, I know that doesn't mean much, but the state, I'm sorry, they definitely wronged you, and
Oh, for sure.
outside of expunging your record, they definitely owe you for damage. I mean, at the very least, we don't have to go for crazy amount. At the very least, compensate you for your weapons. I also want you to know that if you do get any cash winnings from this case, eventually when it goes down into the courts, also all your buddies can come down to it and everything. Anyone that is able to testify, also we're gonna have to talk to them. But any winnings that you get, I do get half of, but it doesn't come out of your winnings. The state pays it, so you don't have to worry about losing any money or
That's all
paying
right
me
then.
directly. The state will pay me directly. So
Perfect.
that's why I'm trying to fight for your maximum
Yeah.
dollar value, because you'll
Yeah.
get 100% of it, and I'll get some of it from the state.
All right, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I like it. Okie dokie, right? Well, yeah, it was that's a pleasure meeting you. I'm sure I'll see you around.
Pleasure meeting you, sir.
All right, you have a nice day, Gunner. I'm
You
gonna
too,
limp
Max.
on out of here.
All right.
To the courthouse. Where's the courthouse again? How am I doing on time? 10 minutes? No problem.
Ah, hey there, sir.
Hey there, how's it going? I don't know if you fellas heard, but we're going to be up at the Yellow Jack. We're hosting our big event next Friday.
Nice, nice. What are you doing at your event?
Well, it's going to be the opening night talent show. I'm basically managing it now, so we're going to be doing a weekly cruise, which will just be a chilled out cruise, you know, up to the Yellow Jack and everybody hang out, have a good time. But especially for the first night, we're going to have a talent show.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, you got any talents?
No, I cannot say I do.
Oh, well, you can come up and watch then. Oh, shit.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn.
How's it going? That was a close one.
You alright?
Oh, my God.
You look like you got hit in my eyes.
Yes, I saw that too.
Oh, shit. Nope, I'm good.
All right, good.
Glitch in the Matrix.
How's
So,
everyone doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Unfortunately, Gunner is going to be late. He said that he's
All
gonna be up to an hour late, so we may have to wait here until 6 p.m. EST.
Ooh, okay. Well, let me talk to, Mr. Max here real quick and see if maybe he can fill me in on, their position and maybe we can get it moving, at least or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, alright.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, so explain to me, what's going on with you and Gunner here. What's kind of the, what you're asking for in terms of, damages and repayment or, what you want,
Well, I'm not 100%. He told me he's gonna ask for the maximum in terms of compensation. But
Okay, no problem.
The most important thing really for me is getting my record clean.
Right, exactly. I recall him mentioning to me, you want your record expunged.
That's like
As
the
well
most
as
important.
$250,000. Right, of course, no problem. So in terms of priority, it's gonna be record expunge, and then the 250,000, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So the footage. Do you know if Gunner ever got that subpoenaed from the police officer?
He did, yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, so that footage is admissible, man. Here's another thing, I wanted to bring up with you. So in your case, basically, I'm gonna let Gunner kind of handle your side of things, and then, I'm gonna kind of come in as lead attorney and say, Your Honor, this case, what happened to Max was a horrible, occurrence, and it demonstrates, the problem that we have in this city with lethal force.
Yeah.
Police are so quick to pull the trigger instead of using non-lethal force. Like a taser or something like that, and
Or words.
It goes exactly, or words. It goes on both sides though, because I've had a lot of cases here, and a lot of the criminals, they shoot at cops and stuff, and so I think that we need to talk about de-escalation. We need to talk about, how do we protect the citizens of the city with non-lethal means, and what can we do to help the citizens of the city protect themselves, so that they
sounds
don't have to pull
perfect.
guns all the times. Exactly. I'm glad we're on the same page here. And I do feel comfortable kind of going through this pre-trial. I don't think that there's going to be much, that I'm not going to be able to kind of direct here.
Alright.
Let's go talk to the judge and DA Mitchell and see what they think. All right, gentlemen, so, if you guys are all right with it, we probably could get things rolling here, and then I can just catch up Gunner, next time I see him.
Obviously, I don't really have a problem with it. I would ask Gunner, though, if you're able to text him or send him an email or
send him
something.
a text message real quick. Yeah, let me send him the email.
Because, sometimes things happen outside of the city that you can't control, so it's understanding.
Like when you bash
Absolutely,
your toe.
and that's why we're here, Oh, sorry, what did you say?
Like when you stub your toe or something off the corner of a drawer or something. That
Oh
can
my God,
put
it's
you
the
out for a
worst.
while.
It's true.
I hate that. Makes when you just go, ooh, ooh,
Yeah, and sometimes, like, in the moment, you're thinking, shit, I would have preferred to be hitting the balls or something,
100%.
Until you're hitting the balls, and then
But
you're
then
like, holy
exactly-
shit, I wish I
yeah,
lost
exactly.
all my toes.
Make it. So when's comedy night, boys? We starting a little stand-up, sketch comedy group, or what we doing?
Well, actually, we got a talent show coming up.
That's funny
next
you
Friday.
mentioned that.
Oh shit, no way.
There'll be an application if you
Okay.
if you got talent and you wanna show it on stage and maybe
Oh,
win
my
some
God.
money.
Oh. Maybe I'll do a little stand-up routine, you know?
Oh yeah, I love that. That'd be great.
The Honorable Judge Javi got its whole gym membership standing at Vespucci, so DOJ is about to be looking, you know, real
Oh
fit.
shit.
You
Building
know,
up
I
some
went down
bulk.
there earlier this morning, and I'm feeling pretty swole, you know? Ooh.
You're gonna have to get a new suit.
Yeah, exactly. I did get an email from Gunner, and he said, you know, he's pretty clear, or I understand, you know, what needs to be said here in this pre-trial.
All right then.
All right, sounds good to me.
Wonderful.
Let's get it going.
All right.
I've learned my lesson. That's why I take the VIP elevator.
Yeah, last time I had that problem was we had trial. And I was
Oh, yeah.
late due to the traffic, so I was just...
Oh no!
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I remember
Yeah,
that.
that
I
was
remember
awful.
that.
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
Yep, that one was pretty rough, but you know, we learn from experiences like that. You know, it's gonna get better and
Exactly.
better.
Yep.
That's the way to do it.
exactly.
Yep.
All right, let's get it started.
All right.
All right. Yeah, so we are here for case number 42, docket number 10, for Maximilian Dumont suing the SASP for excessive force, malicious prosecution, breaking and entering, and theft. The damages that he is asking for is $500,000 and the record expunged from the incident.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
So I know that Gunner has the evidence, but I believe I have
Right.
my evidence. They have requested Rico Miranda's body cam. The first video was him arriving to the scene, and then that is when he shot Mr. Dumont. And then the second one is a very short clip where he comes back, detains him, and then drives away to go speak with the lost MC. And then the third clip is when he returns to arrest and detain and process him. So those are the three different clips. Everything
Wonderful.
else was, case of relevance. It either didn't involve
Right.
Mr. Dumont, or it had things to do with, officer protocol that, it just didn't really, doesn't really matter. So I cut it up short so that it was easier for the court to see instead of just submitting a 30-minute video.
As far as I know, we're submitting footage of your arrival on the scene, Mr. Dumont, and you know what transpired, you know, shortly before and shortly afterwards. Is that correct?
Yes.
Wonderful. So yeah, we we are asking for 500,000 if that's what Gunner has put down in the paperwork there.
I'll take it.
Basically here, the number one thing for my client, Gunner's client, is we want his record expunged. We believe that he was unlawfully arrested, and so that's our number one thing here. And the fine, obviously, or the repayment is definitely for his medical bills and the way he was treated, as well as being fired upon by an officer without any verbal warning or attempt at non-lethal detainment. We believe there's a big problem with violence in the city, and we think Mr. Dumont's case is a shining example of what is wrong, with the interaction between the citizens of the city and the police officers of our fine city.
Okay, so just so I can have this in the official record, because that was not brought upon earlier,
Right.
I will add to damages asked that the SASP undergo a non-lethal force, crash course of some sort, whether that gets built by them or it gets shown
Right.
by us. Regardless, I'll
Exactly.
add that to the notes.
Yeah, we would
The,
like the judge to formally request that they go through a training program. All officers.
Okay.
No citizen in the city should have to suffer, what Mr. Dumont suffered through. So, that's kind of where we're coming from with this.
Okay. So my only real problem is the money that is being asked. So we do have a system under placement where if you are jailed at any point in time and you are suing for such thing, so for example malicious prosecution, that you are only to be getting 3 times the amount of charges that you were charged. And so I have pulled up Mr. Dumont's history of arrest, and it is the only one incident. It was charged for $2,500. So at the very most, the charges for that can be $7,500.
Wonderful. So we will take the 7,500 as well, and we will be suing for an additional, let's just go with 250,000 for the unlawful arrest and jail of my client. I understand what you're saying, D.A. Mitchell, and you would be correct, but he was unlawfully arrested and he was detained, forcefully without warning. In this scenario, I don't believe that, his arrest and him being jailed was lawful. So I don't believe, we're going to be sticking with the, 3 times the fine type thing here.
Okay. I would like to request Judge Harvey to speak on that. I do know that the 3 times the charge thing is in effect almost regardless of how the case was like played out. But if it is something that we would like to touch on, I think the Judge Harvey would be
He
able
shouldn't
to
have been
answer it
jailed.
for us here.
He shouldn't have been jailed though. That's the point. So the SASP would be getting away with murder in a sense here if that's
Yeah,
how
but
we're gonna do it.
that's why. Well, nobody was murdered. And second,
Attempted murder.
I'm aware of that.
and
Right. Or Mr.
the
Domain.
the reason that you would sue for unlawful jail is so that you, one, get your record expunged, which I'm agreeing to entirely. If you were innocent, I believe that you should be considered as so. But the charges are still only 3 times the amount. We've agreed
Okay, so
that,
D.A. Mitchell,
that
you
if you are
believe
unlawfully
that
arrested, then it should be 3
everything my
times the
client
charge.
has gone through, he's only entitled to $7,500. Really?
I believe that with the hospital bills being what they are, I know what the hospitals are. I've been there. They're not anything like maybe other states or anything. But with the current ruling that we have in this system, it is 3 times the fine if you are unlawfully arrested, just for the time spent in jail. Obviously to get the money back and any other inconveniences that may have happened. So again, I would like to request
okay.
Judge Harvey
All right.
I mean, I'd
to speak
probably
up on this.
say, I mean, since 3 times paid, that's. I mean, when you're suing and just want your record expunged and money for the kind of arrest that you feel are unjustified. I mean, if
Plus
that
the
gets
theft.
deemed as an unjustified arrest made on bad pretenses or pretty much just done through illegal means, from that, then the plaintiff is entitled to 3 times the fine amount.
Right. I mean, what I'm trying to illustrate here is that would be $7,500 for him getting shot in the back without any verbal warning or any type of non-lethal detainment, and then arrested, and not given. I mean, you see what I'm saying here? $7,500 for all of that, really?
That wouldn't even cover all the stuff he took off me.
I'm getting to that, since I mean,
Alright, sorry.
Right.
You are also would also be entitled to, getting the things taken, all the things that were taken for you, returned, or items of, the cost of the items, pretty much, if they took a legally purchased gun from you.
And some sentimental
then that
items.
should be given back. Also, I mean, don't know why, if the cops would take jails legal. But,
Well, I mean, I didn't even
well,
have them
except
on
weed,
me
of
at the
course,
time.
if you
He
had.
broke into my vehicle and took them out of my trunk.
Right.
But then, I mean, I do believe the main reason for the case here is, well, one of the reasons for the cruel and unusual punishment you appears to be saying, which, I mean, that could warrant extra payout, of course.
Exactly. That's all we're asking for, Your
Okay.
Honor. And if 250,000
So-
is too high of a fine, we can negotiate a different number. But I do believe he deserves more than triple his fine in this circumstance. In another circumstance, I would agree with you, D.A. Mitchell, no problem. But in this circumstance, I have to disagree.
I think so. I can agree with you getting your stuff back. That makes sense to me. I believe you lost a bat, a pool cue, a pistol of sort, a vintage knife, I think,
Yep.
and a pump shotgun. I
That's
believe.
it. Yeah.
So those 5 items, I would have no problem getting returned to you. Or if you would prefer, we can give you a money amount that would equal that, or even, let's say, double it, for example. I would have no problem doing that. That would probably equal to about 50,000, because I know I haven't been to the ammunition in a bit, but I believe like pistols are worth around 5. I think the shotgun's worth around 10 or something.
Yeah,
And then
right
the
about.
other weapons are 1 to 5. So like I could agree with I'd say about 5,000 or 50,000, sorry. plus the 7,500. And if you wanted, we could even it up to like an even 60. But I still believe the 250,000 is much too.
Yeah.
Or
Right,
is
exactly.
too
I was
much
going to say
for
we
what
could go down
the
from that.
scenario's
That's
about.
fine. That's fine. Mr. Dumont, how does 60,000 sound to you?
I was gonna
Like-
suggest that we have a medical officer, EMS worker, take a look at those damages you have gotten. Since I mean,
I'm still
if
in
they're
pain.
still showing effects of pain or
Right.
hindering your day-to-day life, I mean that should
Exactly.
be recompensated as well.
You can ask everybody.
Exactly.
I've been
I'm no
limping for
medical
like a week.
expert.
That's what I've been told. He's been limping since this happened.
I'd probably assume you don't have any amount, well, any other witness list for. plaintiff's
Unfortunately
side,
not.
but
It was just
yes,
me
that
and Lieutenant
probably
Miranda.
is with Gunner. And then we'll ask here on Mitchell's side, do you have anyone else to call them?
Yeah,
Lieutenant
I
Miranda?
I will likely be calling Rico Miranda and Chief Karma. Chief Karma was the other officer at the scene after the shooting took place. All right, the EMS is here. I'm just gonna go quickly get him, and I'll bring him up here.
Okay.
And that way we can finish up the charges.
A few moments later.
I wonder if he got sent to Pulido when he tried to come back in. Where did he go?
Oh shit, that would not be good.
He just texted me. Oh man, I might have a sixth sense. Oh wait, he's speaking with her. And she's one of the lower tiers of EMS. She said she'd try her best. Oh, she'll be fine. She'll be fine.
alright.
You know. Oh,
Yeah.
hold on. Yeah, she'll be fine. You can just explain to her what happened briefly and tell her, you know, what's going on, and you know she can take a look at it. You know.
I think you need a better window cleaner. Your windows are a little dirty. Got smudges all over them. I could do that for you if you want.
Yeah, why not? If you want to give it a little, you know, polish, that's fine. You know.
Well, I mean, you could.
Why not?
You'd have to pay me for it, obviously.
Right. How much do you charge per window?
$5. $5 a window.
$5 a window. There are a lot of windows in here.
Yeah, I
That
can make
would
a
be
lot of
good
money.
amount money. You could.
2 hours later.
Where the hell is D.A. Mitchell? What is happening?
Where's he gone? Yeah. Maybe he's got a little bit, you know, friendly with his EMS.
I'm gonna go check the door, see if
All right, no problem. We'll wait
everything
here.
was alright.
1 eternity later.
Is there some kind of like a black hole or vortex or something we don't know about downstairs?
And yes, there is actually.
I'm kind of scared to go down there
think
now.
I think they're waiting for a more senior member of the EMS to show up to evaluate you.
All right.
But I do know they struggle with the time-space continuum when they go through doors here. The other two, D.A. Mitchell and Judge Harvey.
Well, I've struggled with that in the past.
As have I. Actually, when I woke up today, I wasn't quite sure who I was.
Oh, I do that most mornings, actually.
I believe he's just having a little trouble getting over here, but hopefully soon, so we can all go about our day here.
12 o'clock midnight.
All right, looking good, feeling good.
Damn, it got dark.
It did.
How long have we been here for?
Been here a while. I don't know. Let's actually let's go down there. You know.
All right. Just tell me where the fucking vortex is.
Yeah, exactly. You'll be good. You'll be good.
To get
Oh,
there.
here's a go.
Oh, actually, they're right here.
Came
Oh,
to
look.
find
Perfect.
where
Hey,
you guys
guys.
were. You know, we thought you disappeared. You know.
There we go. All right, well, we can do it here then. So this is Mr. Maximilian Dumont. He was involved in a shooting about 2 weeks ago where he was shot in the back. And since then, he has suffered an injury. with his spine, and it would seem, like legs and walking and such. So we were wondering if you could evaluate his injuries, if they would be, permanent, persistent, how much it would cost if needed, like if there is a cost, and any information you could give us.
It's a spinal injury?
Yeah.
Okay, did you, how was your injury originally treated?
Oh, so I was in hospital for about 3 days. They had to realign my spine. The doctor said
You
I'd
had to
be...
realign your spine, so you went through neurosurgery?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. Well, usually with this kind of thing, we'll give you, like, after a major surgery like that, we'll have to do some cortisone shots around the spine area, not into the spine, but around there to help relax the muscles and keep swelling down.
He did mention something like that.
As far
yeah.
as okay, as far as nerve damage, it could be permanent. Preventing inflammation in there is going to help with the recovery. But yeah, I
Well-
mean, have you been receiving any further treatment since your original surgery?
No, not yet. I gotta go for a checkup on Monday.
Sir?
Okay. Oh boy.
Oh, that was nice. He just walked up and gave you a hug. What a friendly gentleman. Can I have a
Yeah,
hug?
he's a nice guy. But
Oh, he's
no,
gone.
I mean, just watch. That's fine. That's all. Yeah. So with this kind of injury, like I said, he'll be coming around for cortisone shots for reduced inflammation and to keep the swelling down to try and let the nerves repair themselves. So recommend physical therapy for this type of injury. There really isn't there's no it's not like with a broken arm you just kind of put it in a sling and wait for it to get better. It's it's your spine. It's like constantly under pressure, constantly being used unless you're basically laying down in bed. And physical therapy usually runs for about anywhere from 6 weeks to 6 months. Depends on how serious the injury is. Every patient responds differently to the therapy.
And for the physical therapy, how much would it cost for 6 months of physical therapy?
Well, you usually can get it either. Well, if you were to say be seriously injured and he were to the point, like I said, bedridden, you would get it through the hospital. But you can get it through. You can still return to Pillbox and get it through our physical therapist there, or through a third party.
Right. So out of pocket, how much would he be looking at for per session for 6 months? How many times a week? I mean, give me just a rough number here, if you could.
It would run anywhere from 300 to maybe 500 a session without any insurance.
And how many sessions per week?
Usually about 3.
So is it about $36,000 estimated over the course of 6 months? That's correct? Something like that?
That would be the maximum, yes.
Right. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. And there is a potential that this could never heal as well. I mean, like you said, it's a good sign that he's walking around, but there is a potential for him to not be able to walk with a limp again. That's correct?
That is possible, yes. Nerve damage is hard to repair. It's not like I said, like a broken arm where you can just sling it up and it'll heal itself over time. There is a chance that it could never heal. And
right.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for your assessment. And can I get your name, sir? I don't think we've met before.
Sure. My name is Daniel Tenney. I'm captain of EMS.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain Tenney. I'm Eddie Cohen. Were you at the fun run a couple of weeks ago?
I was, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
was,
were.
I was driving the ambulance behind you guys. Yeah, I remember.
Sorry. I recall. No, I do. There were so many people there, and there's so many meetings.
Oh,
so
yeah.
again, I do apologize, Captain. I'm so sorry about that. Thank you so much for your knowledge here, Captain. This was really helpful, I believe. D.A. Mitchell, Your Honor, do we have any more for them, or can we cut them loose?
Probably have you sign this document here. All right, there we go.
Yep, there we go.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that should pretty much be it.
Terrific.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
thank you
Glad I
for
could
coming down.
be of assistance.
The
So I
final
believe-
amount the court is seeking is
Right. An additional 36,000.
Yeah, on top of the 75, which would make it about 110. All right. Yeah, I think that's a fine price. If that's what it takes to get Mr. Dumont here walking again without his limp, then I have no problem with that. It seems fair.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Alrighty then.
All right. Yeah. Everything else
Terrific.
was handled upstairs, so I believe we are good to go. I have nothing else to
I
add.
believe so.